Thanks to those joining me live and to those that'll be joining me. Yeah, we got Chief Funky and Social Media here with us. All right. We're live and we'll be live on archive. Shout out to everyone in the Leave It in the Ring network. We got a great show for you tonight. We're going to be over the top ranked card for July 15th. Mikaela Mayer defeats Helen Joseph. Clay Collard with his fourth win this year. It seems like he was the one promoted this year. Andre Ward made a little bit of a comment about Carl Froch during the contest being really slow. We're going to definitely touch on that. Canelo possibly fighting in, different locations, let's just say. But we'll talk about it. Jamel Herring, second time now getting his fight is postponed and all that good stuff. So we're going to have to definitely touch on that. Jermall Charlo versus Sergey Derevyanchenko, being talked about. Loma Teofimo Lopez pushed back to October, possibly on pay-per-view. Arreola Ruiz being talked about a heavyweight title fight to heavyweights out there, a Mexican is single at it. Ryan Garcia, telling Golden Boy, if you don't think I'm worth it, then hey, pay up some, let me go. So we definitely want to touch on that one. UFC did reportedly $1.3 million buys. I want to definitely talk about that. All right. And of course, me and Chief Funky are going to have a little fun with HCP Hollywood and HCP Wolfpack. We're definitely going to talk about that one. Well, first of all, Social Media, how's it going, bro?
I'm good. How are you? Chilling.
I'm doing really good myself as well, man. Tell everybody where they could find you. You're on YouTube and all of social media.
Yeah, you can find me mostly in all the same handle, Sontel_media on YouTube, Twitter, Sontel_media, Instagram, Sontel_media. I have Facebook, but to be honest with you, I have it because I wanted to see some lives during quarantine. Like I think Eric Morales was going live and that was the only platform that I could see Eric Morales. So I created my account, but to be honest with you, I don't know how to navigate it. I get like notifications on my phone, and
well, there we go.
I don't really know. I look at it, and it's like a different language to me. And it probably has something to do with me not really wanting to do it because I know how to manage Twitter and Instagram and YouTube, so I'm pretty sure I can understand Facebook. But it is what it is. Yeah, Sontel_media on everything.
Well, there you go, guys. Make sure you check that out. And make sure you throw a jab on my like button. Make sure the like button does turn blue. Make sure you do that. Stay here. We got a great show for you. Let's start off with this one. Top rank card, July 15th. Let's start with the main event here. Mikaela Mayer defeated Helen Joseph. Jay Funky, how did you see that matchup?
Oh man, do we got to start off with this one?
Absolutely. The host has spoken. Of course, you got to go with this one. Go ahead.
Well, these are my honest thoughts, man. And there's no agenda, no narrative being pushed here. This is just the way that I saw the fight, man. I thought the fight was just boring. I mean, and what's funny is I had a cousin over here who was visiting for a little bit, and I had the fights on, and I was like, yeah, man, main event's gonna be, two chicks fighting. I was like, hey, chicks, they go at it, man. It's usually pretty entertaining. And man, let me tell you, I did not enjoy that fight, man. I just didn't think it was that good. I thought it was one-sided. I didn't even score it, but it was just, to me, it was just a complete wash, man. I thought Mayer did her thing, won every round. I don't know, man. I wasn't entertained by it. It's because they were women. It was just a boring fight, man. I mean, just my opinion on it, man. But I did watch it, but it just didn't float my boat. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how you guys feel about it, but that's how I feel about it, man.
So last week you were pumped up about the Cepeda fight. You said that was an awesome fight. And now you're disappointed with this fight. Am I understanding you correctly, G Funky?
Well, I will correct you a little bit. I didn't say I was like pumped up for it. I just said I didn't have a problem with the way Cepeda fought. I felt like he controlled the ring, and I felt like he established right away. I'm the guy. I'm going to be the guy tonight to set the tone. We're going to fight this way, and it doesn't matter what you do. We're going to do what I do in here, and that's that. I know that the ESPN guys are kind of pushing for him to step on the gas a little bit, maybe drop him a few times, maybe knock him out. But the way I see it is, I mean, if you win your rounds, you win your rounds, and just, it is what it is, man. I mean, I felt like that's kind of the way a little bit it was last night, but it was just not as entertaining to me, man.
All right. Well, I gotta say, I liked the performance. It's just like you felt about Cepeda. She did what she had to do. It was winning, and like Chief Funky said last week, if it's not broken, don't fix it, right? So hey, she did what she had to do. But I mean, you sounded a lot more excited about last week's fight. I'm just saying, okay. But Santel, how did you see it, bro?
I watched the replay, and I wrote down some notes, and the first thing that I like is that she got 10 rounds, so that lets her get more experience. A lot of these fighters, when they're 10-0, 13-0, they're getting first round and second round knockouts. But the fact that she went 10 gives her a lot of progression to her career. So if Top Rank is pushing her, I like that she went 10. Two, she impressed me with her footwork. She used the entire ring. The other girl was going forward, and it seemed like, from my view, that was the only way. That was her game plan, was to move forward, and so she impressed me with moving around the whole ring. Three, I thought she had a beautiful 1-2. Like that 1-2 is just, it was fantastic. I mean, the last 8 punches in the last round were just 1-2s. I mean, clearly throughout the fight, she used 1-2-3s. She was going to the body. She was going upstairs and downstairs, but she had a beautiful 1-2. And then the comment from the commentary, Andre Ward said, the great thing about this quarantine Top Rank cards is that you get to hear the coaches, and you're hearing clear instructions from the side. Hey, move your feet. Hey, go upstairs. Hey, do this, do that. So Andre Ward was criticizing the opponent's coach, saying, if you're saying she has to get a knockout in the 10th to win the fight, tell her how to do it. Don't just tell her to go get a knockout. Tell her exactly what to do. So Andre Ward is very he's very precise in the details of his camps and his fights and his coaching styles. So that's what I took out of that fight.
Yeah, she sure landed some good overhand rights on Mayer, and I think that was a key. And telling her maybe sit on those punches some more.
Mm-hmm.
Set it up a little bit that we could sit on it more. I think that was a key to success. But you're right. I mean, just telling her to do it is one thing, but yeah, tell her how to do it. Where's the opening? What do you see that I'm not seeing? Because she's trying. She was trying in the fight. The effort was there. She just couldn't find a target. You know what I mean? But she did her thing. I know you mentioned to me off record, off the line, I should say, about her post-fight interview. Talk to us about that.
She was talking to, Bernardo Osuna, and Bernardo Osuna was interviewing her, and she said that she said that the media was saying that this would be her toughest opposition, and that she felt disrespected that they were saying that because she feels she has so much more to show. So I like it when fighters stand up to the media, and if the medias are pushing certain agendas, and I like her even more because of stuff like that. So she said, "I've got more to show. This girl ain't shit, and I'm gonna show you more."
Well, she said it in a nicer way, but yeah,
she said it in a nicer way.
Mikaela Dragon, he said, "I made it." HCP Hollywood, right? Okay, A-Rod, saludos to you. The Texan, we got to get the Texan on a future show as well. Email me, bro, dstyleBoxing@gmail.com. So we get some contact there, the Texan. And it says, what's up to the panel and the chat? A-Rod says, over here with the Pacifico, that's Steve Funky. Right, they paid him extra money for he could promote it on HCP, bro. Bruce Go says, salute to the Kings. How's it going? The Three Reyes here, bro. We need some presents for Jesus Christ, bro. Tres Reyes Magos, But anyways, check it out, man. This is a July 15th edition of Hispanics Causing Panic. By the way, if you haven't already, make sure you throw a jab at the like button and share this video to your social media platform. Throw a cross at the subscribe and nice uppercut at the bell button. That way you're notified every time D-Style Boxing comes on live. The text says, Saludos desde el 830, area code 830. Bro, I'm just going to pretend like I know what that is. You know what I mean? I'm just going to do that. But I know it's somewhere in Texas. But Andre Ward said something during the fight in the first 2 rounds, because they were commenting how Helen Joseph wasn't that fast. And Ward said, hey, don't be fooled. I mean, hey, I'm very familiar with this. When I fought Carl Froch, after he threw 2 punches, I was like, man, I couldn't believe how slow this guy was. All right. And I had to like adjust to it. You know what I mean? Now, was Andre Ward throwing a shot to the liver at Carl Froch? Or was he serious? Was he really being genuine and saying, I had to adjust? It's a whole different timing. What do you think, G Funky?
I don't know. I mean, he might have been throwing a little jab at Froch. I'm sure Froch took it that way, though. Like, I'm almost for sure he took it that way. I haven't seen anything come out like Twitter or anything, social media or any interviews with Froch since then. If they asked him, you know, what do you think of Andre Ward's comment? But I mean, I'm almost for sure he's going to take it as an insult. And whether as Andre Ward was doing it to try to take a shot at a Froch, maybe. You know, he surprised the hell out of me in that tournament, though, man. I want to say that from a guy who is from Northern California, and I heard a lot of things about Andre Ward before he became a professional. Matter of fact, one of my friends who was fighting at light heavyweight had just turned professional. He had about 4 fights. They actually offered him Andre Ward for his debut fight. So shout out to Andre Ward, man. But yeah, I think if Froch, if he hears it or someone lets him know what he said, I'm pretty sure he's going to take it as a jab. I don't think Andre Ward, I don't think he's that kind of dude personally, but you know, I'm sure Froch and his fans will take it that way, no doubt.
What is Teo? How do you perceive that statement from Andre Ward?
From stuff that I've seen online, I don't think Carl Froch has ever been happy with his performance versus Ward. I think it's like it's that little thorn in your side about that fight that got away from you. It was a Super 6. And I think, I mean, I'm sure Andre Ward's been hearing that for years. So I think it was a jab at him. Why not?
Man, look at that. Leave it a ring. Johnny in the house. How's it going, bro? And we have Chicano Prophet has graced us with his presence, bro. I mean, what are we gonna do without a prophet? This show has a prophet as a viewer, bro. Okay, that's insane. All right, I think he's prophesizing that HCP Hollywood is going to come out on top later tonight. But that's a different story. Well, we'll settle that later, G Funky. But hey, to me, I got to be honest with you, man. I honestly don't think he meant it as a slight, even though people took it that way. And I get calling someone super slow. It doesn't necessarily scream respect, right? But I think what he was trying to get at, and maybe it came off as a rub, but it was, and when he threw his first 2 punches, as a boxer, he wants to get the timing down on his opponent. And yeah, he had to he said it took me like 2-3 rounds to adjust to that speed because he was a lot slower than I thought. I think that's all he meant. And I think there's something real to that. As a boxer, you have to time dudes, you know, and if he's, you know, if you're used to, you know, countering at a certain speed and the count, you know, if a dude's a little too slow, you might have to kind of lean back a little bit. You know what I mean? It may leave you more openings and stuff like that. And Ward obviously did handle Froch, especially, and that makes sense. After that 3rd, 4th round, he took over that fight. So I think he meant there's some challenges when someone's a little too slow. You know what I mean? Or maybe I'm being too kind. I don't know. But nonetheless, he said what he said. Plus, like, he won the fight. Like, what are people going to say to him? You know what I mean? Carl Froch has given his dude no credit for that win for years, right? Every time they ask Carl Froch about that, oh, he was boring. He didn't want to fight. He didn't want to fight me, and this, that, and the third, and he's so boring. That's why I never fought him again. Well, then you know what? If he calls you slow or too slow, and you got to live with it. You know what I mean? That's just the name of the game. Clay Collard. I don't know whether or not to call him former MMA fighter, but he's really diving into this boxing thing. For those that don't know, Clay Collard is not a stranger to boxing. He did do amateur boxing as well. Okay. So it's not like he never did boxing ever, but he just started his professional boxing venture. He was supposed to have his last professional boxing fight when he faced Guajardo back, I believe, January, February. You guys could correct me on the date there, but that was supposed to be his last fight. And then he wins the fight, probably one of the best rounds of the year, gets knocked down, comes back out, gets back up, knocks the kid out. That fight was on PBC, by the way. He wins that fight. Impressive fashion. Okay? And then he beat another prospect and another prospect, all undefeated. This time, Top Rank says, you know what? We're not going to put him against the name guy. He's going to be the name guy. And they put him in there with some other MMA dude. His name is Laurent L. Nelson. They introduced, he did MMA too and kickboxing. And he's trying out this boxing thing too. So they threw him in there with Collard. Collard just destroyed him. Collard actually looked like the polished boxer in there against this guy. He actually boxed him. He didn't do the crazy MMA stuff against him. He actually boxed him. He even said in the post-fight interview, he said, look, I worked a little bit more on my boxing. I think I was more of the boxer this time. And, hey, he is where he is. So, Chief Funky, what you think of his performance, man? He's 4-0 now this year.
Yeah, I got to say, pretty impressive, man, what he's been able to do this year, especially with the pandemic happening. 4 fights this year. That's crazy, man. It's only July, Yeah, I mean, he could possibly fight a few more times if he wanted to. I mean, he hasn't, that was easy work for him last night. And you know what? He deserved for them to throw him a can like that, to stay busy. And he, if he wants to keep fighting, hey, let him keep fighting, keep throwing these dudes at him. And he's, like you said, he's been in there with some prospects. And he's pulled some upsets this year. It's one of those feel good stories, man. I don't know how much longer he's going to be able to do that. I know we've talked about this before. If he steps up to that next level, could be some trouble for him. But last night, he did what he was supposed to do with this guy, and that was get him out of there. And it was a good performance. And yeah, they showcased him. They gave him a showcase, and that's kind of what we've been having since the pandemic hit, and we finally got some boxing back. So a lot of showcase fights, but good for him, man. He's earned it, So he did his thing, man.
So Phil, what do you think about him being the boxer against this MMA guy? They both have MMA backgrounds, but he was more the boxer in this fight.
I just saw the highlights. I didn't get to see the entire fight, but it looked like he was dropping him with a right hand behind the jab. Yep. More impressed than his 4-0 this year. I'm really impressed with 12 fights in 13 months. From 2019 through January. So he's getting pushed fast. It looks like, I didn't know the history of him, so I was listening to you. He's got a past in boxing, but I noticed that he turned pro at the age of either 24 or 25 in 2017, and that he's 27 years old. So how much longer is he going to last? I know Top Rank right now is bringing guys in, and if they do well, they're bringing them back in 2 to 3 weeks if they're not injured and stuff like that. But at the age of 27, we don't know how long that's going to last. So the guys Top Rank is doing that with now are in their early 20s and they're prospects. So they're trying to stack their records. But 8-2-3 in boxing, you don't hear that. So it's an MMA record in boxing. But salute to him. He's a super middleweight, and yeah, those super middleweights are tall and strong. And once you get to the elite level, sayonara.
Yeah, I don't think he's ever going to be a world champion or anything like that. I think his niche is putting him in there with prospects. Some are going to beat him, but he's going to beat some. You know what I mean? And I think that's his niche, and that's what he was being known as, like testing his young prospects. And what's weird is that what people liked about him was his unorthodox style coming from the MMA world. And now in this fight, he was boxing an MMA guy, and he was boxing like a boxer. You know, he kind of switched it up a little bit and threw this guy off a little, I think, you know, and maybe he expected him to come out guns blazing, but he was like, no, you know what? I'm going to do a little bit of what I've been working with my coach now. Now I'm going to box. You know, I'm going to take it easy this time and get another payday. And that's smart. You know, he took less punishment, and guess what? He's going to be back sooner than expected. It's another payday, and hey, this is how these guys make a living. So shout out to him. Kevin Slims with that super chat. I appreciate the sports and salute style, and salute to the chat. Absolutely. Thank you very much for your support, bro. Much appreciated. Yes, a prospect killer, Miguel Dragon. Absolutely. That's what I want to see from him more than anything. All right. Jamel Herring, second time now. 2 times now, basically on the eve of his fight, is told, you tested positive for COVID, we're going to postpone your fight. Second time now. Dude literally had a weigh-in. They told him he tested positive. I mean, you pretty much think you're in after you make weight, right? You pretty much say, okay, the fight's on. No, it's not on. You and your opponent, fight postponed. Jamel Herring, tough luck. He was a good sport about it. He gave a shout out to Mikaela Mayer saying, hey, it's your night, and I'm going to come back in August. My will is not deterred, and this, that, and the third. Tough Marine, this guy. But let me tell you, man, it must be frustrating as hell. But what was your reaction, Santel, when you heard that Herring tested positive again for COVID?
You hear Mikaela Mayer just tested positive, a month ago? And she drove home and got over it and then came back. And then she was able to fight last night or whenever that was. So the fact that he tested positive again, man, that's what bad luck, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Joe Lopez, 40 ounce. Chief Funky drinking Pacifico. Look, Chief Funky is making money for Pacifico right now. Okay, Joe Lopez, 40 ounce. Shout out to you. 88 Sports Talk on here, and Marcus Johnson. How's it going, guys? Make sure you throw a jab at my like button. You're tuning into the July 15th edition of Hispanics Causing Panic, the 16th episode. Chief Funky, what's your reaction to Jamel Herring, man, tested positive for the second straight time, bro?
Man, I was a little shocked, to be honest with you. From my understanding, his situation, now I know he posted some things on Twitter about it, and he actually showed, his statement that he got originally when he first got it, and then he showed his results from the last test where it said that it was negative. So I don't know how did it even come about that they had to send him home? Like, I don't understand it, man. I mean, these tests, I question them and the results of them sometimes, but this is all new. I mean, it's all new to everybody. So, I guess they felt like it was not worth the risk having him come into the bubble, but he was already there, right? When he had to weigh in. So, like, I don't know, man. It's got to be frustrating for him, for sure, man. I mean, to have, the training camps and the excuse me, I got some insects flying around me. And they have the training camp, and then to actually get the fight postponed the first time, and then to actually come back, weigh in, get ready for the fight, and then they say you're done, and you don't even get to fight. I mean, that's got to be frustrating, man. So I really feel for him, and I hope they get this all cleared up so that he can get back to what he does. But it's a little bit crazy, man. A lot of crazy stuff going on with this COVID-19, man.
Living the ring on here says Chief Funky is a rich Mexican drinking Pacifico in his green lawn behind him. Can't even see the pool. I mean, he's got a pool. He's got palm trees and shit. Look at the pool. A pool with the water. Look at that with the waterfall and everything. Okay. No, Paul. They must have ran out of Corona. All right. Afro-Rican G in the house. Shout out to Afro Rican G, man. Shout out to you, bro. Another guy I'd like to have on here in the future someday, but shout out to him. But hey, what happened, man? What if, like, is he going to win a trilogy against COVID? You know what I mean? And let me tell you something. It's on again. Like from here to on, like Jamel Herring, because he was posting pictures, bro. He was like calling out COVID. What's up, COVID? Like he was like posing, and this is the easiest camp of my life, and this, that, and the third, and boom. COVID came with that Marquez right hand on Pacquiao last second. Yeah, bah. So there you go. Is he going to win the third trilogy, Chief Funky?
I hope so, man. You know, it doesn't seem to be having too much of an effect on him. You know, he was ready to go for this fight. So hopefully he gets through and they pass him and he's able to, you know, have a fight. But maybe he should call up Duran, you know, down in Panama, and then he could tell him how to throw that left hook to the body on COVID, you know, and get it out of there.
I don't know, man. It's if he gets it again, that would be the craziest story to me. You know what I mean? So that's what I think, man. But let's go ahead and proceed here. Jermall Charlo versus Sergey Derevyanchenko. That's the longest damn name I've ever seen in my life, bro. Okay, just Jesus Christ. But anyway. Apparently that was being reported. You know, nowadays everybody wants to be first, you know, so exclusive, it's official. And like, you know, it ain't official. Charlo just came out and said, it's not signed yet. What are you guys talking about? Okay. That fight's not made, but hopefully it's true that there's talks about it. And look, this is a fight I wouldn't mind at all. And G Funky, you were talking not long ago on your channel about Charlo's resume. And this is a name that he could put in his resume, bro. And it's a tough fight. It's not a guarantee win. What do you think, G Funky?
Well, I know it's not official, like you said, but it looks like it's going to go ahead and happen. So here's what I'm going to do for Charlo. Yes, I'm happy for him, man. It's going to do, I think it's going to do some good for him, man, to get in there and get some good work from a good opponent. I did go in a little bit on the brother's resume, but it wasn't a bad mouth or anything. It's just like, you know, come on, man, like we got to get you in there with somebody at some point, you know. His last 5 fighters, I mean, I don't even know most of these dudes, you know. I think it's 3 out of those 2 guys I never even heard of. So I mean, I'm glad he's getting somebody. Derevyanchenko's you know, he's a good fighter. He's a legit dude. He gave Triple G all he could handle. A lot of people think he beat him. So I think this is a good thing for Charlo. Andrade is the guy who's got to get busy now. He's another guy. The last 5 fighters, I don't even know who the hell these dudes are, you know? So these guys need to get out there and look, man, sign the damn contract, man. You need to fight like this. If you show out on this dude, hey, you know, you could get that Canelo fight. Who knows, you know? Or, you know, maybe get an Andrade fight, you know? But I like the matchup for Charlo. And I'm happy for him.
What do you think, Sontel? What do you think about this fight, bro?
Just like G Funky said, I like the matchup. It's I think Derevyanchenko has a better resume than Charlo right now, because Derevyanchenko has he has the loss to Triple G, but it went 12, and he has the loss to Daniel Jacobs, and it went 12. So the last name that I can think of, just like G Funky said, the 5 last fights, unknowns. The last guy that I can remember from Jermall Charlo's resume is 2016 when he fought J-Rock, when he knocked out J-Rock in here in LA. I went to that fight because it was the co-main event to Abner Mares versus Cuellar. So 2016, and in December of 2016, that's a long time ago. So it's a great matchup. G Funky hit some points that you know, we need him to get these type level fights so that he can land the Canelo fight, because they're sitting with those belts at 160, and you know, there's a lot of stuff going on with promoters, and he's on that side of the street and he's on this. Man, let's get some names so that you can get that Canelo, so you can entice Canelo to come in and take that fight with you.
Yeah. Leave It in Ring says that COVID has a bigger punch in Herring. Man, I don't know, man. I think he's gonna get the trilogy, bro. He's finally gonna get a fight, bro. Right? The only danger about Herring is overtraining. I think he needs to take a little bit of a break, to be honest with you. Because think about it, he's had 2 straight camps. You know what I mean? He could I'm sure he knows what he's doing, but he's got to be careful with that. No Paul Boxiano's in the house. No Paul and 92 Aku. Nowhere to be found. Once we start talking about Charlo, they pop up, bro.
Right. Hey, now they
Charlo. You know?
Hey, now they can finally say we talk about Charlo, bro.
Right. Look. First of all, I agree that this is a big fight for Charlo. It's a fight that he needs to put on his resume, no doubt about that. What I do disagree with is this whole notion that he's ducking everybody. I don't know about that. You know what I mean? I do believe Charlo wants these fights. I really do. And here's an example. Now, if it comes out that Charlo declined this fight, depending on what, you always got to look into the reason why. But of course, I'm going to be disappointed at that. You know what I mean? Because this is a big opportunity and an opponent that, is going to come to fight. And I got to be honest with you, I think Charlo wins this fight. I think he beats Derevyanchenko, longest name ever, Shenko. You know what I mean? I think he wins that fight. Well, one reason, I don't have to say that long-ass name. All right? So that'll work out for me a little bit. I think Charlo wins this fight. And what I want to ask the Canelo fans is, you guys are saying this is what you want, right? And I'm with you. I want Charlo to have a big fight. But once Charlo, if he beats Derevyanchenko, are you guys saying that now you're in agreement that he should fight Canelo? What do you think, G-Funky?
I don't know. I mean, we'll see what they say. I think he should fight him. And I said that in my video, too. I said just because, he hasn't – and it's not his fault. Let's get that out there. It's not his fault that he hasn't got.
Paul says he's ducking everything, bro.
I know, but it's not his fault, man. He's not Canelo. You guys got to understand that. He doesn't have that kind of pool with PBC, bro. Canelo could literally just tell, hey, I want to fight this dude. And they're like, okay, they'll send him an offer. I guess I don't know much about the business because I don't give a shit about the business. I want to see fighters fight. I don't care how much money these guys make. I don't care this and that,
Man, is that what you're saying?
I just want to see, I just want to talk about fights. That's it. I don't want to talk about how much this dude's getting paid. That's what girls do, bro. I don't care about another man's money. You know what I'm saying?
So you're telling me that you just care about who's going to fight who and all that?
That's it, bro.
The best fighting the best?
All I want to do is see the best fight the best and have a cerveza. Ice cold. That's it, bro. I don't give a shit about the business side. I'll let you guys worry about that. Matter of fact, the matchmaker from Golden Boy was just on the Leave It in the Ring network. Y'all go over there, subscribe, by the way. Check out that interview. He said the fans shouldn't even be worried about that stuff. Y'all should be worried about, I want this guy to fight this guy, and that's that. Don't worry about the business side. Let us take care of that.
Absolutely. Look, at the end of the day, man, let's demand that these guys, fight the best. And that's it. That's the way I see it. Look, this is a good fight, man. And this is a good fight for boxing. You know what I mean? And if you're a boxing fan, you shouldn't be against this fight. You know what I mean? You can't, I'm just saying, no Paul's saying that I'm a huge Charlo fan. I mean, do I like the Charlos? Yes. Am I a fanatic of the Charlos? Is that poster of the Charlos or some shit? I don't get it, bro. All right? But, I like the Charlos, obviously, but I like a lot of fighters in the sport, man. I just want to see the best fighters fight the best. That's all. You know what I mean? So 92 Aku believes that Derevyanchenko will knock him out of the 9th. And guess what? If Charlo wins, then he's better than 92 Aku thought he was. Right?
Yeah. No doubt about it.
And if he does knock out Charlo, then 92 Aku is right. Right? His assessment of Charlo will be more correct than mine. But at the end of the day, I don't care. I just want these guys to fight at the end of the day.
And I think Charlo wins this fight too. I think it's a good fight, though. I don't think he goes in there, blows him out or anything like that. I think Derevyanchenko is going to give him some good work. And we're going to see. I think this is going to be a really, really good fight, man. I do. I'm really looking forward to it.
Well, knock on wood that the fight happens. But hopefully the fight happens. 88 Sports Talk says Charlo stops Derevyanchenko inside 10 rounds. Both of you guys, can you give me your early thought or early prediction how you think this fight's gonna go down? So, how do you see this fight going?
If Sergey Derevyanchenko took Daniel Jacobs and Triple G 12, I think he goes 12 with Charlo. I think Charlo gets a knockdown in there though.
Okay. Are you really impressed if Charlo knocks him out?
Oh yeah, hell yeah. Hell yeah, Triple G didn't knock him out, and Charlo comes and knocks him out. Yeah, heck yeah.
That's right. And all you guys saying that he's going to lose to Derevyanchenko, like, don't disappear on me if Charlo wins. Okay? Chief Funky, how do you think this fight goes down?
Yeah, I think it goes a distance also. But I think it's going to be a little cat and mouse. I think there's going to be, the first couple rounds, first 2-3 rounds, maybe there's going to be a little, fill out process, I think. And then mid rounds, they're going to start to get it on. And then, then we're going to really see who's who. And I honestly think Charlo's better, man. From what I've seen from him, Derevyanchenko to me is just really, really basic, but, we know one thing we know about Charlo is Charlo can punch, Triple G, he's had a reputation for being a big puncher, but we haven't seen that every time he stepped up. But Charlo, I think he can, like you said, he could knock him down possibly. But I think it's going to be a good fight, man. I think it's going to be a little back and forth, for the first half of the fight, and then we'll see who's who in the championship rounds, man. I think it's going to be a really good fight.
A really good fight, and I still don't know, man. Paul's my dude, bro, but I don't know why he feels like I'm just like I'm literally saying, hey, let's do the fight with Derevyanchenko. Like I'm not protecting Charlo or anything. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so I'm saying let's just do the fight. You know what I mean? I'm all for it. So I'm just saying, you know what I mean? But hey, man, I think Charlo wins this fight, and he possibly knocks out. He possibly wins by knockout. You know what I mean? Possibly. So, yeah. So, man, there's the face I was looking for. Canelo, right? Did you guys hear about Canelo? Chief Funky. They're going to make The Rock Part 2, bro, the movie with starring Canelo, bro. What do you think?
Hey.
Alcatraz, bro, like boxing top. You know what I mean?
Man, I like it, man. That's dope. Have a fight on Alcatraz, and then who better than the guy who's at the top of the sport right now than Canelo? You know what I'm saying? To go have a fight on the island out there in the middle of the ocean. I think that's bad, bro. I like the idea, and I hope they do it, man. And I don't give a damn who he fights, Well, I mean, I kind of do, but, that would be a cool venue, man, to have a fight, man.
Yeah, but they're talking about some other spots, man. But let's say it did happen in Alcatraz. So, Theo, what's your thoughts on him? Like, if they did it there, you know what I mean? Canelo versus Weber live in Alcatraz, bro. Is that a little too over the top for you, or?
I don't believe it. I think just like Top Ranks, their home is Las Vegas. Their offices are in Las Vegas. They got a great relationship with MGM. There's the bubble. I think just how MGM is to Top Rank, I think the Fantasy Springs is to Golden Boy. I think they're just throwing it out there to kind of, just to distract us. But I mean, in 10 days, we're going to have Virgil Ortiz headline right there at the Fantasy Springs with no attendance, with no fans. And they're going to set up their commission, the California State Athletic Commission. They're going to set up shop. They're going to have their bubble. And I think they're going to start to roll out probably more dates there at Fantasy Springs, and that's going to be their go-to place. I think the Alcatraz is just something to entice us and and kind of distract us. But I think Golden Boy, I don't know, 90% of their fights are at the Belasco in LA or at the Fantasy Springs, so that's their bread and butter. That's where they have great relationships with executives at hotels and stuff like that. So I'm a boxing fan. So if they could throw it at Alcatraz, who the hell am I to say why not? But I think Fantasy Springs is a safe move, and we'll see. And next Friday, not in 2 days, but the Friday after, we're gonna see how things roll out in California with this COVID thing.
Yeah, let me read this comment real quick by Skinny. Kenny says Andrade has got to get out of Matchroom ASAP. The zone is not giving Eddie Hearn any more money for his USA fights, so Hearn will drop them all by January, February. That is a problem and next week I'm gonna dive in more into this zone thing. I know people have been asking me to talk about that, and I will, but we'll talk about that next week. But well said. Well, what about Mount Rushmore, Chief Funky? Like the Canelo right there, like fighting his opponent, fucking George Washington and them in the background. Like, you know what I mean? Like just like those. We got 4 spectators, 4 former presidents watching the fight and shit.
Oh man, I'm not a big fan of Mount Rushmore. So personally, I'd rather have it at Alcatraz, man. I think that's a better location, a cooler location. Mount Rushmore, I could do without that, man.
Yeah, I know. Like maybe if they're gonna destroy Mount Rushmore, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like you have the Canelo fight, and then you have the fireworks show afterwards, destroying the president. What do you think of that?
I'm down with that.
Like 2 fireworks in one. Yeah, that wouldn't be a very popular event. And I'm just saying. But I wouldn't mind it. But hey, that's in South Dakota, Mount Rushmore, like Natatuaku says. So, man, has South Dakota ever even had like a big fight? I don't know, but just saying. Crucito G says throwing wallop makers while the ghosts watch with the bridge in the background of some bass shit. Like, wow, hey, that'd be cool, bro. Like, you got the ghosts watching and shit. You know what I mean? Like those old ghosts, like watch some badass fighters back in their day. So are they going to be impressed with Canelo, G Funky?
Hey, Al Capone be ringside, bro. He was there. I think he died there too. So yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Al Capone would have been what? Like who was like Rocky Marciano or something around at the time? Like in my day, Marciano would have knocked this kid out.
I think he's a little earlier than that. He might be
like
maybe Joe Louis. Joe Louis time, yeah, something like that.
All right, okay. Well, it is what it is, Benny Leonard would have beat this kid. I could just picture him there, you know what I mean? But hey, man, shout out to Canelo. I don't know why I picked this pin. This dude, what is he doing? Like, does he enjoy cracking his neck or some shit? What's going on over here? But that's a different story. Shout out to Canelo, man. Fantasy Springs more likely something. That's where we're sitting at. It's more likely everything else is just like promotional hype.
I think so. I mean, I wouldn't mind it being at Alcatraz. That'd be my first choice. And then, but yeah, Mount Rushmore, just like G Funky said, throw Mount Rushmore out the door. There's no business in South Dakota. I think the only thing I know in South Dakota is that annual biker run where everybody goes out and they have a party for like a week or 2.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. If that fight's in Alcatraz, I honestly believe it will get a lot of attention. I honestly do. Like it would be crazy. Like for whatever reason, now that's a fucking fight island, right? That's what I'll say about that. But hey, that's my thoughts on that. Who's he gonna fight, Sonteo? Any guesses for you?
Well, there's a rumor on the internet right now that John Ryder, the guy who the last loss to Callum Smith, is rumored out there. I think I caught this up on Twitter. John Ryder's from the UK. He's 28-5. He's got 16 knockouts. He's been knocked out once. And then the rumors were that Callum's team was being real picky with the negotiation, and that let me see. Yeah, right. I mean, what I like about quarantine is a lot of people opened up. Eddie Reynoso did an interview, and he was sitting in his office, and he was going through tapes and tapes of all his fighters' opponents doing film study. So I think quarantine gave us some eyes onto stuff that we would have never ever had the opportunity to look at. So I just love that Eddie Reynoso has upgraded his team. He's got so many fighters now, and the fact that he's out there doing film study on future opponents of guys for Oscar Valdez, for Luis Neri, for Canelo, for Ryan Garcia. I think that's fantastic. I think Eddie has always been one of the best trainers in the world, but not until last year when he picked up Ryan and picked up Oscar and picked up Luis Neri did we really and the new guy that Martinez from El DF. Oh my goodness! So that's the stuff that I like to see. So if they were going after Callum Smith and it didn't work out, and John Ryder's a better price, then sometimes I'm with G Funky and I don't like to get into the money, and then other times I'm like, I didn't choose Mosul, and I want to see who's the better, who's gonna bite at the smaller purse, So sometimes I'm into it and sometimes I'm not.
John Ryder. Let me tell you, you guys can't, like you Canelo fans cannot be telling me who has Charlo fought. Charlo, but then if he fights John Ryder, bro, that argument goes out the window, man. Okay, I'm just saying. I'm just keeping it real. John Ryder, if he fights John Ryder, swear to God, even if it's in Alcatraz, because he's gonna kill that dude, and we don't need another dead body in Alcatraz. Okay, but Chief Funky, if he fights John Ryder, what's your reaction?
Surprisingly, I'm going to give him a pass on this one. And it's only because the pandemic, man. Not
my own show, bro.
No, but, we have to understand that it's hard to make big fights with what's going on right now. There's no live gate, man. So, these dudes, they're used to getting paid, whatever they get paid and things like that. So it's going to be almost impossible to pay these guys what they're used to getting paid, without having live fans in there. So it's going to be hard for even a guy like Canelo to reel in somebody with a decent name, So that's the only reason why. But damn well, if everything was cool and there was no pandemic and he was talking about fighting some John Ryder, I'd be under criticizing the hell out of it. But I'm going to give him a little slide on this one, man, because I understand that there's things going on, money's got to be made and things like that. And it just impossible with the pandemic, man. But, he's lucky, man. He's lucky that we're dealing with COVID right now.
Calm down, Chicano. Nobody's screaming murder, okay? Chicano Prophet. Okay. I just don't want to see him fight John Ryder. John Ryder is acceptable fight for Canelo, considered Charlo ducked y'all. Come on. Okay, no, Paul. All right, I'm just saying. Skinny Kenny says, hey, you can choose Torreno Johnson or Jason Quigley or the best hope, David Lemieux. I like those names better. I know Leave It in Ring, sit the Quigley name too. So why not, man? Night 2 a coup. John Ryder arguably beat Smith, who has Brian Adams fought D-Style. Brian Adams, bro. Who's that? The singer, bro? Brian Adams?
The singer, bro, from Canada? I was going to say the same
Everything I do it.
Oh, there he goes.
Yeah, right?
El Cantante, D-Style.
You have a point, Chief. I don't know what these dudes are sometimes. But it is Sports Talk. How's it going, bro? All right. All I know is that if Canelo fought John Ryder, you guys can't tell me that Charlo can't get the Canelo fight. Is all I'm saying. Okay? That's all I'm saying. COVID gives you a pass, Canelo, says Miguel. He's getting a pass. Even Chief Funk is giving him a pass. Fight Lemieux, bro. It's a better name.
I would like to see that Lemieux fight too. I think that'd be a real good toe-to-toe matchup for as long as it lasts, If they could get that fight made, that's a decent scrap right there. But we'll see, man.
Yeah, man, you got to tune into the July 15th edition of Hispanics Causing Panic, 16th episode. Shout out to everybody listening on archive on the Leave It in the Ring network. A little bit later today, HCP Hollywood, all right, versus HCP Wolfpack. We're going to be doing our little picks here, so we're going to see. We're going to see Chicano Prophet will be joining us on here. You guys stay tuned for that one. Lomachenko versus Teofimo Lopez. I was expecting this fight next month, but boxing said, psych! October. You know what I mean? Oh, it's on pay-per-view now, by the way. God damn. You know what I mean? So there we go. But hey, I'll take it. I'm going to be honest with you. I'll take it. All right. You're going to charge me pay-per-view? Okay. Just give me a good fight. All right. G Funky. Who does this favor? The fact that they extended it a little longer, Lomachenko or Teofimo Lopez, or is it not consequential? You don't think it matters?
Oh, man. That's a good question. It's a hard one to answer because, the thing is with Lomachenko is he's 33. We've talked about this before. He's got the long amateur career. He's been pretty busy since he's turned professional. I think he's only got like 14 fights now, but I don't think he's ever had this long of a layoff in his career. Ever since he's been boxing, probably. So this could be benefiting him for resting his body. He might come back sharp as hell. Rejuvenated. Who knows? Or the long layoff could hurt him. We don't know. We'll find out once they get in the ring. And as far as Teofimo, there's been rumblings about him having trouble making 135. Maybe he could, get his weight under control a lot better since it's being pushed back more. But from what I've seen, from things he's been posting on the internet, he says he's in good shape. He looks like he's in decent shape. So, I think it could benefit and hurt both guys. But to me, Lomachenko is kind of, it's hard for me to know how this long layoff is going to do for him. It could do him some good. It could do him some bad. I don't know, man. But I just want to see this fight, man. I think it's a hell of a fight. And I think it's Teofimo's coming out party, man. I've already made a video talking about it. I had some guys coming on already getting offended because I said Teofimo's going to win. These Loma fans coming out of nowhere and things like that. So I want to see it, man. I can't wait.
Look at this picture, man. I can't wait, man. It's been a while since the Wilder Fury fight. I haven't really had like that. And as boxing fans, you know what I mean, like that. Those butterflies in your stomach when both guys are in the ring and the bell's about to ring. We haven't had that since the COVID, bro. Like, I love boxing, but none of those fights on Top Rank is giving me that. You know what I mean? So this fight's gonna give me that. Like, it really is. Because even that whole like I do this for fun. So me saying Teofimo Lopez gonna knock him out, like at the end of the day, like if Lomachenko comes out and beats him, right? Like it is what it is. That's what happens. I'm actually looking forward to Lomachenko fans saying, I was right. And you know what I mean? Like that's cool. Because that's what makes boxing fun. Like picking your fighter and sticking with it, making fun predictions. And this is a fight where like I'm gonna feel that, man. I'm gonna get those butterflies in my stomach, man. And I'm telling you, you get that little feeling like, I hope he wins. I don't want to, eat crow. You know what I mean? But at the end, it's all good no matter what. That's what this is that type of fight. And I'm telling you right now, not like G Funky. I'm not gonna lay back on the ropes. See, I'm just gonna say it. Okay, Teofimo Lopez is young. All right, he could handle this no problem. All right, Lomachenko's the one who this is going to affect a little bit, I think. This is the longest layoff he's had. I think it's going to affect him. So that's my answer to that. All right. So I think it's and just because it's convenient for me. Sonteo, what do you think about this fight being on pay-per-view, number one? And who do you think the delay favors, if anyone?
I'm with you. The long layoff serves in Teofimo's favor. Loma has already had shoulder surgery. He's had 300-400 amateur fights plus all his. Ya está ruquillo. So Teofimo's seen more in the gym. He's younger. He's hungrier. The experts have been saying that Loma wins if it goes to decision, but that Teofimo Lopez has a puncher's chance and could not only put him down, but could knock him out. So and a lot of it has to do with what you guys are saying. You just mentioned it right now. Some people are saying Teofimo can't make that weight anymore. So the fact that if he can make that just one more time for this fight and be that much bigger than Loma, because Loma is traditionally featherweight, something like that. So the experts are saying if it goes 12, it serves in Loma's favor, but don't count out Teofimo. He's got the knockout power. If he gets you, he knows how to finish you. He's got tons of experience finishing guys. The one thing that I see on Teofimo's side is not his last fight, but the prior fight to that, he had some out of the ring problems with family. So a lot of these guys are trained by their fathers, and they're recently married, and family issues. Everybody's got them. So he voluntarily said post fight, not his last fight where he knocked the guy out early, but the one before, is that he had some drama affecting him and his performance inside the ring. So we're all human. We all got problems. But some of them know how to turn it off, and when they get those 36 minutes, everything goes away, and let me focus on getting this money and getting this fight done with. But the fact that it actually affected him, I hope it doesn't affect him in the future. But I got to take all those things into consideration. So should everything stay healthy for him outside of the ring, I wish him all the success. Let's get Loma out of there. In my eyes, shoot, let's go on. Let's get on with these new guys.
Man, right. Cool, bro. He's talking about how Theo's dad's gonna throw in the towel, bro.
Bro, let me tell you something, bro. They came to my channel talking about this fight's gonna look like Calzaghe Lacey, bro. Can you believe that? Can you believe that?
I don't know about that. Because let me tell you something, man. And look, and so you said all the experts are saying, man, all the experts are boxing fans just like us, bro. Okay, but that's all they are, right? They've just been doing it a lot longer, like since before social media, and God bless them, they're doing their thing. But at the end of the day, they're looking at the same sport we're looking at, and they're wrong a lot. If you listen to the experts, they were saying, Nonito Donaire was going to beat Rigondeaux. You know what I mean? And so on and so forth. But sometimes the alternative eye matters. And I'm telling you guys, while I understand, yes, I agree that Teofimo Lopez can knock out the brittle and viejo Lomachenko. I get it. Okay. That dude's brittle, bro. He's already, his shoulders giving out. And you know what I mean?
Got knocked down versus Linares.
Got knocked down versus Linares, saw stars for a second or two.
What do you mean, bro? I mean, these guys are telling me he easily beat Linares. Are you crazy, bro? You crazy?
Like he got look, credit to him. He showed me something in that fight. He could come back and all that, but he also showed me vulnerability. He is not, Neo, bro. Okay, the
Matrix.
That's not him, bro. Like he's one of the lower level dudes in the Matrix. I don't know their names, but you know what I mean. So he could do it. Like Linares made him do the Matrix, and we knocked him down and shit. He would have dodged bullets there when he was going down and shit. But at the end of the day, okay, I'm telling you right now that Teofimo Lopez, yes, he can knock him out, but here's the kicker, guys. He could win by decision too. What? He could win by decision too. Teofimo Lopez can also box, man. All right? And now, can he make the mistake of just looking for the big shot? And, like I've said before, if Lomachenko wins, it's going to be because of experience, and he's going to exploit that if Teofimo Lopez makes enough mistakes. So he could win this fight, in all seriousness. But I feel like Teofimo Lopez can win this by decision and by knockout. And I think the fact that once he clips Lomachenko, all right, if he doesn't knock him out, it's going to make Lomachenko so conservative, okay, he's going to outwork this dude. That's the way I see it, or at the end of the day. Chief Funky, do you think he has to win by knockout, or do you think he could win by decision as well?
I think he can win by decision, but I don't think he's going to. I think he's going to stretch Lomachenko out in the center of that ring, bro. I'm telling you right now, man. If guys like Pedraza, Linares, Campbell, if these dudes can manage to land shots, and I mean not just shots, bro. Go back and watch all three of those fights. These dudes were landing combinations, bro. Not only to the head, but to the body. I mean, they were landing shots, bro. And again, if that right hand lands like it did for Linares from Teofimo Lopez, Good night. Telling you right now, good night.
Right? Loma is the agents from the Matrix. There you go. All right? You know who Neo is? Teofimo Lopez is Neo, bro. He's a chosen one. Right? He's going to knock out Lomachenko. It doesn't mean Lomachenko is fake or overrated. It just means that Teofimo is just going to beat him. That's all. Okay, Loma's going to go back to 130 or he's going to fight some other dudes. And he's still going to do great things, I think. But he's not going to get past this kid, man. Okay? I just don't think so. Too young, too strong, too fast. I know people talking about the speed of Lomachenko, and he's fast. I get it, but I don't know, man. I think he's going to get clipped, and I think he's going to sleep. I'm just saying. If Lopez wins, his father's going to look like a prophet, says Miguel Dragon. We only have one prophet here, Chicano prophet, but he could look like him for sure. All right. And 88 Sports Talk says he agrees. All right. For sure. All right, I think I read this one, but Skinny Kenny, I think this fight is a coronation. Top Rank is passing a torch to Lopez. Lopez has much greater pay-per-view potential than Loma. Okay? Oh, there you go. And leaving the ring saying, cut G-Funky's drinking. All right, but there you go. Look at this, man. Ryan Garcia, we already talked about it last week, but look, from my understanding, the fight's still not official with Campbell or the dude from Ghana, right? I don't understand what's going on here, but he came out and he said, if Golden Boy doesn't believe in me, just let me go, release me from my contract. Okay? Like, if you don't believe in me, just. And he openly talked about fights that he didn't want to participate in. Like, dude, like, I feel like you have to trust the matchmaker to a certain degree. It's okay to say no, or even if you didn't like some of the fights, like, you don't have to come out and tell the public. Like, they wanted me to fight this guy and that guy. And, like, dude, like, I think Ryan Garcia is setting himself up for big disappointment, man. Because the day's going to come when he gets knocked out and ain't nobody going to be around to protect him or anything. Like, I'm saying. So they're going to throw him to the wolves, man. And you know that old saying, be careful what you ask for. You just might get it. And they call him like King Rye, right? Something like that. Isn't that his nickname? Yeah, have you heard that song from Metallica? Where's your crown, King Nothing? Okay? All right? Be careful what you wish for. You just might get it is a line in that song. Careful what you wish for. Chief Funky, what is going on here, bro? Like, maybe it's just a tactic to get more money, but what do you think of him coming out and saying that?
Oh, man. To be quite honest with you, man, I'm getting a little fed up with this kid and his drama. It's nonstop drama. It's starting to remind me of my sister, you know? Go to social media, it just all day long is drama, you know? Like, hey, man, come on. Fight, okay? You want to make money, fight. You got to fight, guys, okay? You got to get in there and prove it, man. Like, I don't understand where the sense of entitlement comes from with this guy, you know? Like, I mean, I understand you got your fans on social media and things like that, but guess what, man? You still got to prove that shit in the ring. You know, you can post all the training videos you want, you know, hitting guys and hitting bags fast and all that type of stuff, but that's got to translate over to the ring, man.
Right.
So just close your mouth, okay? Sign the dotted line and get in there with Luke Campbell and prove to us that you deserve this kind of money, man. Look, I believe in Ryan Garcia, man. I think he's a great talent. You know, we see the speed and the power starting to come as he gets older. You know, he'll start to grow into his body a little bit more. He'll have that quote unquote grown man strength that we all talk about. You know, it all comes at different times for everybody. So, you know, I just really wish this kid would just do what you got to do, man. Get in there and fight. Prove these things, and then you'll get paid eventually, man. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't understand this crying all the time, man. He's crying Ryan now. He's not lying Ryan.
Crying Ryan. You know, oh man, lying, crying Ryan. All right. Sonteo, man, what did you make of that statement, bro? Like, do you think it's just something you may understand? Cause he might be trying to get more money, or like, well, where do you kind of see it?
I think he's just young and sometimes tweets things out without thinking. Everybody Everybody who was a star bought their contract out. Floyd Mayweather had to buy his contract from Top Rank. Oscar De La Hoya had to buy his way out. Manny Pacquiao, I mean, it took him a long time, but eventually now he's a free agent. It took him a long. He had the hardest time, I think, getting away from Bob Arum. Even Mikey Garcia went a different route. He didn't pay him up front, but he fought them out in the courts. And It's the same thing. His court fees were over $1 million. So technically he had to pay up to break it. So I get it. He's whatever, 21, 22. I don't know how old he is. I get it. He's young, but you got to have people around you to keep you from having your phone and tweeting this stuff out, because that's an ignorant statement. You know, you can't just say, "Oh, just let me go." That's like me investing in my house and then doing all these upgrades and then asking the new buyer, you know, to not pay me for my upgrades. You know, it's just weird that nobody's around him to mentor him and to tell him, hey, these people have been running in the red for you for years since you turned pro, have been running shows in the red, banking on that one day you'll be able to turn them a profit. You know, that's some of us who know how the boxing world works. These shows do not make tons of money. These shows at the Belasco, these shows at Fantasy Springs are a platform to try to get these prospects into contenders and then eventually into world title fights, which in turn will sell seats, will sell tickets, will sell pay-per-views, so that Golden Boy, Top Rank, PBC can all get a return on their investment. So him saying a comment like that is just, I mean, it didn't help that Canelo backed him the last time he got in a fight with Golden Boy, because Big Brother came into the picture and Big Brother helped him out and said some things in the media that kind of forced Golden Boy's hand to cave in and give him what he wanted. But he just has that new deal. That new deal is not more than a year old. So the fact that you didn't, I don't want to get into the details of it. I actually like his lawyer, Lupe Valencia. He's a real good guy. But he's complaining about his minimum. Well, you should have thought about that when you signed that 5-year deal. Not. I mean, nobody knew we were going to get hit with quarantine. Nobody knew COVID was coming. But when, I don't know, the writing's on the wall.
Yeah, David Rank says, yeah, but it's management's telling him to say that, so that's why he's getting this information. BTV Boxing says, what's up to fam? What's going on, bro? Alexander Martinez wants to know if you have an Instagram, Chief Monkey. So not sure if he does, but he shook his head no. All right. He has a lot of potential, says Alexander Martinez. Just want to see him fight better competition. You know, look, all I could say about this is I'm not a fan of it. You know, dude, this is why I call him Lion Ryan, okay? Just last year, and Sontelo just said it, a pregnancy ago, 9 months ago, more or less, this dude was talking about how he just signed the greatest deal in the history of prospects. He was bragging about it. So are you lying? Or is it, you know, or is it the biggest deal ever and you're not happy with it? Which one is it? You know? Like, all I'm saying, man, is you go out there and just fight, dude. Like, what you do in the ring is going to define how much you make. If you keep winning, once you get a fight with a Tank or a Haney, yes, I understand. For that fight, I understand. Don't give me $200,000, right? I get it. For a fight like that, you're doing some hard negotiation to get more money. I get it. But come on, dude, to fight Linares, you know, I'm just saying, like, it's not like you guys are going to bank and make all this money, but that's just my thoughts on that. You know, No Paul says, absolutely, Sonteo. Canelo should not allow Ryan to get spoiled like that. I mean, it's not like Canelo was an overnight superstar. Well, yeah,
Canelo paid his dues.
Now, you mentioned the guys that bought themselves out, but before they bought themselves out, Top Rank, you know, did a lot of work to build those guys up a little bit. You know what I mean? Like it's the fact that Top Rank was able to, like, the way they managed, or not managed, they weren't the managers, but the way they promoted Pretty Boy, Floyd, and to build that reputation for him to become the #1 pound for pound fight in the world, it was eventually set him up to get a fight with De La Hoya, which is what catapulted him, and before that got him the fight with Gotti, which, by the way, Ryan, Floyd wasn't even the A side for that fight. Floyd understood, I'm going to go in there, I'm going to beat this guy, I'm not going to make as much money, but you know what? Like, it's going to get me on the pay-per-view market. It's going to get me to that next level that I want to be at, and that's exactly what it did. And you just don't see enough of that now. A lot of these guys, man, like, sometimes you got to take that little bit of a cut to get to that next level that's going to more than make up for the loss of revenue. All right? So, Leaving the Ring says Ryan Management giving bad information. I think he's getting a lot of information, right? I don't even know because he hangs around a lot of like popular Instagram people. So I don't even know they're getting in his ear. Like, oh man, you got 5 million Instagram followers, bro. You should be making way more money. Like someone just telling, I don't know that, of course, but someone just saying that to him could definitely trigger. You know what Logan Paul made, bro? He made more than you, bro. Well, how was that? And you're a real fighter. I could totally see someone telling him that. And it could totally confuse the whole situation. And that's why he's crying, lying, Ryan. Okay? So what do you think? Any final thoughts on this, Funky?
My final thoughts are this, man. Look, Ryan, I believe you're a great talent. The ceiling for you is really high, man. But it's got to be proven in the ring, man, before you start getting this kind of money that you're asking for. I mean, just get in there. Look, man, get in there with Campbell. You beat Luke Campbell, hey, I'm pretty sure you'll be getting paid from there on out, man. But you got to prove it, man. The proof is in the damn pudding. So get your ass in there and fight Luke Campbell and close that mouth.
Yep, absolutely. And speaking of worth it, another thing Mayweather did, he took 20% in that Oscar fight. It was 80-20. That was a split, if I remember correctly. Like, he made a fraction. Look at the buys it did. He only got a fraction credit for that. But look at what it did for him moving forward. Ryan hasn't come close to doing anything like that. So that's that. I agree, BFTB could fight Devin Haney, get the big bucks, right? Sonteo, like, they did a top 10. I know you said you saw it. They had Mikey Garcia 10 at welterweight, and they had Lipinets number 9. Does that sound about right to you? You don't think he should be ahead of Lipinets?
I think he should be ahead of Lipinets. He just had a great turnout versus Jesse Vargas.
Yeah.
So I think he should definitely be ahead of Sergey Lipinets. He went 12 with Sergey Lipinets. He dropped Lipinets in the 11th. So I definitely think he should be ahead of him. I think Mikey Garcia did a lot of different things after his loss to Errol Spence in his camp. I wrote an article about it. I don't really write. I mostly do my stuff on YouTube and on social media. But I literally wrote my first article, and I reached out to David Avila and I said, "Hey, David, next time I see you, I'd like to show it to you, just to tell me what you think." But the biggest things in his camps, the difference was for the first camp versus Spence, he did it against he did it in Snack up north, and then this time he actually did it at home. I think Charles Tremblay helped him out a little bit. He got a different cook. He had a different chef at home, and I think one of the key parts of training was that Robert and the Big G didn't let him do too many things out in the public. Usually when they have that fight out there in Dallas, Garcia Promotions does an event the night before in Irving, Texas, where they get their prospects some fights, and they didn't even let him go to that event. So they were trying to keep him focused. They knew it was a big deal. They knew he had taken the first L in his 10-year career, and they wanted to make sure that he was focused and that he was ready mentally to go up against the bigger Jesse Vargas. Jesse Vargas was ready to go to 154. If he doesn't get that fight with Mikey, Jesse Vargas is at 154 the rest of his career. But because the fight was made with Mikey, and Mikey's usually, he's naturally a 140 and less fighter. The fight was made at 147, which made Jesse Vargas make some big improvements in his diet and his training in order to make 147 as well. So Sergey is a good fighter. I did a post on Instagram. I think he's an ex-kickboxer. And I showed one of his fights when he was kickboxing, and it was showing his true grit. And I actually showed that video of Lipinet's fight to show you how good Mikey is and how good Mikey makes great fighters look terrible. So I don't, just like you said earlier, the experts, you're looking at the experts. Our eyes work just as good as anybody else's. We've been watching boxing just as long as anybody else, if not even more than some of these experts. So, our list could be better than anybody else's top 10 out there. So I don't agree with it. That's what it comes down to.
I think Chief Funky got him at number 10. Does that sound about right to you?
Did I just hear somebody else besides myself say that Mikey Garcia is really good? Hey, you better be careful, bro. There's some guys here that don't like that kind of talk, all right? But no, I think he should be. I think right where they have him at number 10. I think that's right where I would put him too. Lipinets, I could take him or leave him, But Mikey's good, man, and I agree. I think that the win against Jesse Vargas, that was a damn good win for him, man. I felt like it was a very decisive, clear-cut victory for Mikey Garcia for a guy who's, again, a lot bigger than he is, And he did his thing, man. He showed out on Vargas, and, I think he should be top 10 for sure. I don't know if he plans on staying at 147. I think he's naturally a 140 guy. He's just a really small guy. Like, you could just see, man, from his body type. But like you just said, he made some adjustments with his diet. He had his chef come in and things like that. So I guess he said he felt real heavy and bloated or something like that for the Spence fight. I'm not trying to make excuses for him. That was a complete blowout. Spence did his thing that night. But, he could have done a little bit better against Spence that night. Who knows? But I really like Mikey, man. I don't know why there's some guys there in the chat. I know that they like to hate on Garcia. But, hey, I like the kid, man. I think he's really good, really skilled. And if he could settle into 147, I think he could be a major player there, man, for sure.
Yeah, man, look, I think Mikey Garcia beats Danny Garcia. I think he has a good chance against him. Okay, those long man. Let me tell you, man, that no look hook, he's gonna have a hard time landing that on Mikey. Okay, I'm just saying. I'm not saying it's an easy fight. I'm just saying Mikey could win that fight. Okay, I think Mikey has a really good chance against a lot of welterweights. It's gonna be hard for him to pick up a title, but still, he's definitely top 10. I would put him over Lipinets by the mere fact that he beat Lipinets pretty handily. Okay, and it was at 140, you know what I mean? So I would have him 9-8, something like that, but that's just how I see it. Another thing I wanted to touch on here, UFC reportedly did 1.3 million buys. Those are big numbers. So, what's your reaction to that? Was that kind of what he thought they would do?
It doesn't surprise me. Remember when we first started this quarantine, they did another pay-per-view. That's not their first pay-per-view during COVID. And that other one did very, very well. So it doesn't surprise me. People are stuck at home and people can't go out to venues and people can't go to fights and people can't go to bars and people can't go to, Hooters and this and this and that. So people are going to stay home and they're going to order it. And 1.3 doesn't, I'm not a big MMA UFC fan, but I try to keep up with it. I have a friend who watches a lot of it. So through him I stay educated on it. But he said that that card was stacked like never before. So it didn't surprise me that they did 1.3, especially when I think the one at the beginning of COVID did right around 1 million. I think if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me on it, but that doesn't surprise me.
Gee, fuck you. Well, what's your thoughts on UFC reportedly, doing like 1.3? Those are some serious buys. That's no joke.
That is a lot of buys, and that's pretty shocking, for UFC. But we're all stuck at home, man, and it looks like we're going to continue to be stuck at home due to the pandemic. So, boxing better get on board, man. They better try to make a pay-per-view card. Gotta throw something together, man. They got to throw us a bone at some point, And I think any pay-per-view caliber fight for boxing would do probably just about the same. But I mean, for me, I'm not a UFC guy. I can't even remember the last time I ordered a pay-per-view from the UFC. I was doing a lot of illegal streaming for years of the fights they were having. I think the last time I ordered one and actually paid for it was like an old Anderson Silva fight. I don't even know who he was fighting. It was like a 1-round fight, and that was a long time ago, at least 10 years ago. So I mean, I think there could be some weight to it, but who knows, man? Who really knows? I know this. I'm a subscriber to ESPN Plus. I pay the monthly subscription for it. God damn it, I should get this fight for free. I shouldn't have to pay no more for this crap, man. If I want to watch it, I'm already paying for the thing. Oh, man, forget that. If you're not going to give it to me for free and I'm already a subscriber, then you know what? I'm not messing with you, man. But that's just my opinion on it.
Yeah, man. Go ahead.
That would be like DAZN doing a pay-per-view after you already have your subscription to DAZN.
Right. Well, they're going to be doing that at some point. But, hey, check it out, man. Look, I'm going to be that guy. Okay? Listen to me really closely, guys. I don't believe that figure. I just don't. Okay? I'm going to be 100%. This fight didn't do De La Hoya Trinidad numbers, bro. Okay? And let me explain to you guys why. I'm not saying they're lying, but they're being misleading. Let me explain. Okay? Intangible Boxing News. How's it going? BFTB. Joe Lopez 40 ounce. Big Dog Willis says, salute, fuck Dillian White. You give me $2, I'll say it again. You know what I mean? It's all good. but shout out to you, bro. Skinny Kenny says UFC's privately traded company so they can lie on their numbers, and it's not a crime. Notice ESPN, a publicly traded company, can't lie, has not backed up the numbers, and they constantly say, okay, in an asterisk, they put it really clear, unofficial numbers, okay? Now, the reason, don't be fooled. If you hear someone say they're all unofficial, no, that just means they can tell you to the T how much they are. But UFC 100 was first reported as 1.7 million. You look that up now, it's a lot lower all of a sudden. So why is that? I'm very skeptical why UFC numbers are always quoted higher than they eventually end up being. And boxing numbers are always reported lower than they end up being later on. Okay? Like you guys have to question that. So when Conor McGregor Mayweather first happened, Dana White came out and he talked about 6.5 million buys. All right? And Showtime came out, who's not, they're owned by CBS, they're not a private company. And they came out and said, nah, we did good numbers. We did 4.3, but we didn't quite break the Pacquiao one with Mayweather. You know what I mean? We didn't quite break the record. You know, but nonetheless, we still did very well. I mean, if you did 4.3 million, why lie and say like over 6 million buys? Like, why lie about it? There's no reason. Like, talk about no reason to lie. Okay, and people come up with all these excuses that no, it's because now you see CD style. The reason he lied was because he thought that, but then they realized that they had a bunch of pay-per-views crash. They didn't have 2 million crashes. Okay, they didn't have to refund 2 million people their money back. That's not true. All right. The reason he came up with that number, because he was counting all the numbers from around the world. All right? That's where he got that figure from. If you ask someone, hey, what did Had and Mayweather do? They're going to say just short of 1 million, like 900,000, right? It's like they reported originally like 850,000, then it was 920,000, right? That's what they first said. Later 920,000. My point is, it did 1.5 million in the UK. They could have come out and say, "Hey, we did 2.4 million for this fight." Well, that's misleading because you're counting UK numbers with that. If you count the UK pay-per-views with the Wilder Fury fight, okay, you're going to have almost 3 million buys, dude. You know what I mean? So I'm not even faulting Dana for this, but he gets away with it, right? He counts the numbers the same way the WWE does. There's some countries where they just charge like $10 for the fight, but they're counting that as a buy, all right? Or maybe they have a subscription to some UFC app and they get the fight that way and they count that as a buy, all right? So I think that's what it is, bro. That's just my thought. This fight domestically didn't do 1.3 million. It just didn't. All right. I understand people are at home and all that, but I just don't believe that. And unless like people think the more they steal the fight, the less buys it has. Actually, the correlation is the more people steal it, it means more people bought it. Okay. That's the way it works. Right. So unless people could come out and show me that like 3 million people stole this fight, like pirated and shit, and then we can talk. And many people weren't pirating it. What makes you think that many people bought it? Okay. That is just my thought. All right. That's just my thoughts on that. Okay. All right. Shout out to you guys, man, and all that good stuff. But with that said, guys, I want to thank Sonteo Media for joining us today, man. Shout out to you. We'll have you on a future episode if you're down. Tell everybody again where they could find you, man.
Twitter at Sonteo_media, Instagram Sonteo_media, YouTube Sonteo SONTEO MEDIA, Sonteo Media.
There you go, man. Hey, thanks for dropping by, bro. Have a good one, man.
Thanks for having me. Take it easy. Thank you.
El Sonteo Media, and now we're going to be joined by Chicano Prophet, bro. We're graced by the presence of the Prophet.
What's happening, fellas?
What are they, Chicano? What's up, bro?
Not much, man. Just hanging back. Ready to do this.
Ready to do this, bro. Let me tell you something, bro. It's all about HCP Hollywood, bro. Okay? So that's what it's all about, bro. Hollywood, bro. Hollywood is it.
We're going to see. I hope you guys are ready. Whenever you're ready to get into it, I could kind of lay out the rules for you and paint a picture of what this will look like. Excellent. Well, we don't know what boxing is going to look like in the COVID future. So in this alternate reality, things are breaking off. Boxers are breaking into factions. The NWO days, they're back. So Hollywood versus the Wolfpack. We're going to get two stables going, D-Style and G-Funk respectively. And there's a couple of factors. You're always going to pick like who's really good in the ring, obviously, but there's other factors. In a stable, you're thinking about a lot of things. You're thinking like, well, can I have some lackeys? Who can bring us glory? All kinds of little considerations like that. Who has a sphere of influence in boxing? It's all about dominance. Are you going to have any young guns for the future? All things for you all to think about while we do this draft. And I got some rules here. We're going to do a snake style draft. So the first choice is the first person is going to have one pick, followed by two picks by the opponent, and then two subsequent picks. So it's just going to go 2, 2, 2 all the way down. On top of that, you gentlemen have the opportunity to do steals. So 2 steals. You can't steal back immediately from someone. That's a hardcore rule. And then other than that, we're going to flip and then go to it. And then after you guys are done painting a picture of why you're picking all these people at the end, we'll take a look at both your rosters and see what you guys think. And at the very end as well, you're going to have an honorary manager as well as a trainer as well. So we can get into it whenever you guys are ready.
It's all about HCP, bro.
All right. G-Funk playing it cool as always, low key.
That's right.
All right.
Hollywood. Since I'm Hollywood, I go first, right? It's just like a thing. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, it's up to you, man. I was thinking I could flip this coin here. You know what I mean? Just to make it completely fair. And,
oh, you mean that same sided coin I sent you? Oh, I should have. Did I say that out loud, bro?
I got the pad. No, it's all right. You know, that's how people should get ahead in the game. But I'm going to keep this thing on to see what roster looks the best. I'm going to flip it. G-Funk, call it.
Heads.
Heads it is. All right, G-Funk, you get the first pick. Remember, your first 2 people cannot be stolen. So these are going to be your cornerstone draft picks. Well, the first one is, anyways.
All right, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and go first here, and since I am HCP Wolfpack, you know what I'm saying, which is the red, which you see right here. I'm gonna go with the red himself, and I'm gonna take Canelo. That's my first pick, baby. That's right.
I'm stunned. What a troll move, G-Funk. Do you have any good reasoning besides just pissing me off?
Well, you know, his hair matches the red, you know. So, hey, what he's gonna join the wolf pack. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it looks like G-Funk's here to play. All right, D-Style, you're up. Hollywood has 2 picks.
That's right. 2 picks, bro. Like, I already knew you were going to pick Canelo, bro. I was ready for this move. You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm the Iceman. I'm cool like that. You know what I mean? I'm ready. Okay. Steel eyes, everything. Check this out, man. This move's going to shock everybody. Probably, I don't know, man. But I'm taking Teofimo Lopez right out of the gate, bro. Out of New York. Okay. He's got that, you know, Hollywood swag. Even though he's out east, right? That's who I'm going to do, bro. Okay. That's who I'm picking. That's who I'm rolling with. You know what I mean? I'm gonna pick Teofimo Lopez is my pick. All right, that's right.
Excellent. All right, and your next pick?
Since I get to go again because I'm Hollywood like that. Okay, you know what I'm talking about? Check it out. Go ahead and give me one of the best. You think Chief fucking thinks he got the best Mexican fighter, bro. He thinks he's got the best Mexican fighter right now. Give me El Gallo Estrada right now. Best pound for pound Mexican fighter in a sport today. Okay? I got the best from Honduras. I got the best from, you know, Mexico. I got the shit. I got, let me tell you something. I got Central America and Mexico on lockdown. Okay? That's right.
It looks good. It looks like you got some young, strong fighters that are kicking some ass
that's my X-Pac. Okay, that's my X-Pac. Okay.
All right, G-Funk, you get to pick your second and third. Go for it.
All right. Well, since you stole 2 of my boys, Teofimo and Estrada, looks like I'm about to pull some stuff out here. So I'm gonna go ahead and go with the guy who we just talked about recently, and that's Mikey Garcia.
You got to pick Mikey Garcia already, bro? That dude was like number 12 in my list, but all right.
And I'm gonna throw a curveball at you. All right. I'm gonna pick, in my opinion, is one of the best young fighters in the game right now, and I think he's gonna fulfill the potential that we see in him, and that's Virgil Ortiz. Taking him.
All right.
That's your number 3 pick, G-Funky?
That's right.
Man, G-Funky, it's just a shame, G-Funky. Because I'm Hollywood, bro. I talked to Virgil Ortiz. You know what I mean? Took him down a stroll and says, he's your number 3. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, I talked to him and Hollywood showed him they didn't have just one motorcycle, but 100 motorcycles. You know what I mean? Not just one sports car, but 10 sports cars. And he just hits you with a share shot behind your back, G-Funky, and it's a backstab, and he's going to come over. Okay, welcome to Hollywood, Virgil Ortiz. What's up? He's on my side now. That's my steal that I'm taking. What's
All
up,
right, it's
G-Funky?
official.
What do you got to say about that, G-Funky?
You pulled a fast one, but it's early, man. I come through in the clutch.
Yeah, it is early. G-Funk, you still have only 2 people, and they're all covered in gold, so you're off to a good start. Tell me, who will you replace Virgil Ortiz with as your number 3 pick?
All right. Well, now that I got to replace the young stud, I'm going to go with somebody who made history last year around this time, and that is the first Mexican heavyweight champion of all time, the Destroyer Andy Ruiz, coming to the Wolfpack.
All right, man. There's something about you and Team Canelo. You must be lacking excellence on your team and a high standard.
So I go again,
Beautiful.
right?
Actually, so right now, since there was a steal, you have 3. D-Style needs his 4th pick, and then after that, you get 4 and 5. G-Funk.
That's we got somebody, you know, watching what I'm saying. You know what I mean? So I'm just checking something here really quick. Okay, it's really quick. Hold on. 1 second. So I'm gonna pick. You know the NWO, bro. We got the outsiders. Like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? So we could.
Oh yeah.
Somebody. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna mix it up. You got Andy Ruiz. Okay. All right. All right. Just like that. Okay. Now he's been clouded in controversy lately, but that's all right because I still believe he's gonna come back, and I think he's gonna win that trilogy. So I want him on my team. You know what I mean? So everybody, welcome to HCP Hollywood. Okay, make sure he's got the sunglasses on too, by the way. Okay. El Bombardero de Bronce, bro. Okay, that's my outsider coming over to HCP Hollywood, the Bronze Bomber Wilder. That's right.
All right. Looks like you're bringing a bruiser to the team. Everyone needs an equalizer.
Look at you, Funky.
Excellent. All right. Things are looking good. Looks like we got a couple heavyweights on the board.
Bombardero de Bronce, bro. All right.
All right. All right. G Funky, 4 and 5 for you, man. Go ahead.
All right, man. So let's see what we got here, man. The Wolfpack is going to take over this thing, man, for sure. So I'm going to pick a guy who I feel is very underrated, and I don't understand why. And the guy always shows up to fight. He always gives 100%. He always gives the fans what they want. And now he is a unified champion at the 140-pound division. And that's Jose Ramirez coming to the Wolfpack. That's right. That's
looking
right.
Good, G-Funk. Looking good. These teams are shaping up nice. A lot of gold on G-Funky's team. A lot of promise on D-Style's team. This is good. And you're number 5?
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pull a, what'd you call it? A backstab, a steal.
Whoa.
Either way, it's ugly.
What's going on?
But I'm gonna steal who is my favorite fighter out of Mexico, and that's Estrada El Gallo. Is coming to the Wolfpack.
No, top 2 are locked.
Oh, the top 2?
First 2 are locked in, bro. That's right. Look at this. Man, he's just
I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here, Chicano.
All right, and I'm sober, so I'm keeping this straight, you know.
Oh, man. Okay, let me see then. Since I can't steal my boy.
I like how he admit he's the best fighter in Mexico, though.
Yeah. Hey, I said it before, man, and I know Chicano. I don't want to make him mad, so.
Don't trigger me, G-Funk.
So I'm going to go with the cowboy then from Mexico, and that's Emmanuel Navarrete. I'll take him. Wolfpack.
Hey, check out the next pick, bro. I did my research. Like HCP Hollywood does research. You know what I mean? That's right. And we sent him the nice pair of sunglasses and everything. I'm picking. Ready for this one? You ready?
Yeah.
Well, actually, I'm going to save that one. Hold on. Give me Burchell, bro.
Ooh.
All right? Bring Burchell over to HCP Hollywood. Okay? The second best fight out of Mexico. Yeah, I said it. Second best. Right? Behind only Estrada. And it's debatable. The one who could play if it wasn't copyright, bro, I'd be playing the theme music down. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
He's looking good.
I got another pick, right?
Yep, sure do.
All right. Hey, bro, you know what? Give me David Benavidez, bro. Like, bring David Benavidez over here. Shit. That's what I'm talking about.
Wow, man, he seems
Hollywood, bro.
All right, and G-Funk, what are you thinking? You want to go to 6 and 7? Are you looking for to do anything with your steals? You're sitting on them? Are you thinking? What's going on in your head? How do you like your stable? Talk to us, man.
I'm sitting on them right now, but I'm thinking, I'm thinking on my attack, So here's what I'm gonna do, man. I feel like every good squad, every good team, right? If you want to get over that hump, you're gonna need a good cagey veteran on the squad. You know what I'm saying? And who better than El Checal, Guillermo Rigondale is coming over to the Wolfpack, baby. That's right.
All right.
Excellent. All right. So it could be like the Rick Rude for you. Beautiful. All right.
The Rick Rude. I like that one. And just because you took Burchell, guess what? Oscar Valdez is coming to the Wolfpack, baby. That's right.
I won't even steal them. I'm just going to let you know right now, G-Funk.
All right. Well, these teams are shaping up nice, man. A lot of good names already, and we're almost done. So D-Style, you get 7 and 8. Go ahead.
All right. Man, you know what? Even though it's disappointing me with the weigh-ins and all that, you know what I mean? But at HCP Hollywood, bro, we're heels, bro. We don't care if you don't make weight. You know what I mean? Like, as long as you just do your things, move up and weight. All right? Bring on, okay, Luis Neri, bro. Give me Luis Neri right now. All right?
All right.
I know, no Chavez Jr., bro. I know G-Funk's going to pick him, but I'm not. You know what I mean?
Every
Got
team
another
can
pick,
use a
right?
lackey. Oh, yeah, you're number 8. Go ahead.
Yo, so his dad is Puerto Rican. Give me Shakur Stevenson.
Ah, all right.
Oh,
That's
okay.
Puerto Rican, bro. Shakur Stevenson, come on down. Let me give you a sombrero, bro. There we go. All right? That's right. Man,
Very nice.
I got you good right there, bro. Like, you're getting destroyed right now, bro.
Beautiful
We'll
team
see.
so far. Well, G-Funk, you get number 8 and 9. Go ahead.
Well, here's what I'm going to do. Since you stole one of my favorite fighters, I'm going to steal one of yours, man. And
Can't
I'm
be the
taking Luis Neri. Pantera is coming to the Wolfpack, baby.
You're going to do me like that,
Wow.
bro.
That's
Man.
right.
All right. So, Luis Neri. And so, since he stole your pick, D-Style, you get to replace your 7th pick before G-Funk goes for his 9th pick. Who would you like to put in there?
Man. Let me see something here. Tangible boxing over here. Give me some thoughts. Let me. He's like my personal recruiter, bro. You know what I mean? So, nah, well, I don't know if I want him, but give me Wilfredo Mendez, bro. You give me Wilfredo Mendez.
All right.
Put him on my squad. My strawweight, bro. You need the little dude. You got to conquer all of boxing from strawweight all the way to heavyweight. You know what I mean?
That's
So
right.
I
There's
got
a lot of considerations.
That's right.
Beautiful. All right. Well, G-Funk, then you get to pick number 9, your 9th person. Go ahead.
All right, number 9 for me. And again, I'm going to go with a veteran who looked damn good in his last fight, in his comeback fight. You know, and I expect to see him looking good from here on out for the rest of his career. And I'm going to go with Nicaragua. Stand up. Chocolatito is coming to the Wolfpack.
Man. It's all right. I got Gallo, bro. Like you already know that, right?
Excellent. All right, then with that, D-Style, you get to finish up your main roster, number 9 and 10.
Man, so many options, bro.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't even know I want to steal anybody. I don't know about any backstabs, but man, Luis Neri, like the whole plan worked out, bro. You know what I mean? Like I told him, hey, you're gonna say yes, and just I'll take the share shot. But now he turned his back on G-Funky. You know what I mean? And now he's coming back to HCP Hollywood. Am I allowed to do that?
To Luis Neri?
Yeah.
Well, I think that there are no stealbacks, unfortunately, so we cannot steal somebody back.
All right, no
But
problem.
nice try.
No problem. You know what, bro? It's all about Hollywood, and if you're going to be HCP Hollywood, you need followers on Instagram and Twitter, and you need that. You know what I mean? So, hey, fuck it. Lion Ryan, you fit right in, bro. We're heels. Pick a boo, it's all we want. Guess what, bro? Lion Ryan. He's coming over to HCP Wolfpack. That's right.
Looks good. All right, and to finish it up, you're number 10. Who are you going to round us off with?
Ooh, shit. So many options, bro. I'm gonna pick a young prospect, bro. Okay? I'm gonna pick the young prospect because he's blessed. You know what I mean? And this kid, let me tell you something, man. He's gonna be a top pound for pound fighter in the world. And in HCP Hollywood, you got to think not only the current, not just the past, but the future. You know what I mean? And I got Virgil Ortiz. He's the immediate future. Okay. But I got blessed hands Adorno, bro. Okay. Put him on my squad numero 10, bro.
Blessed hands Esterno. All right. Looking good. Well, you all wrapped up for your main roster. We're going to get into manager and coach here in a second. But G-Funky, you get to round yours out with number 10, man. What are you doing?
So here's my number
I
10.
don't going to steal, but
And it's going to be an outsider.
okay.
Like Scott Hall and Kevin Nash. You know what I'm saying? When they invaded World Championship Wrestling, the WCW. And I'm going to go with who, in a lot of people's opinions, is the best guy at 147 pounds, and that's Earl the Truth Spence. Is coming
you
from
need-
Wolfpack,
Where's your
baby.
Latino name from, bro? La Verdad or what?
Yeah, la verdad. The Spence, the truth, baby. Spence.
All right.
All right. Well, there we go,
Wolfpack.
man. I'm gonna go with.
Hey, can
I'm
I
gonna go-
steal? Am I allowed to
Uh,
steal?
Well, I don't think so. That was the last spot, so he gets that advantage, But you guys do get to move on. D-Style, you have top priority to pick your manager and coach, and then we'll finish up with G-Funk. So when you're ready, go ahead.
Well, let me tell you what, bro. Like, the manager's got to be a legend, bro. And who else, bro, than the best Latino fighter ever, bro? Right? Roberto Manos de Piedra Duran, bro. He's gonna be the manager of HCP Hollywood, bro.
Ooh, that carries a lot of weight. Nice. And your coach?
For my coach, let me tell you something, bro. I mean, I just want the best of the best. You know what I mean? So give me Nacho Bernstein. Can
All right.
Nacho Bernstein? He's gonna be the coach, bro. That's right.
Okay. Perfect. We got it. And so, G Funky, what are you thinking, man? Who are you going to use to round out and hype your fighters and kind of give them some wisdom along the way?
Man, I'm thinking in the pro wrestling world, you got to be a good worker, but you also got to cut good promos too. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
So here's what I'm thinking, man. This guy is a tough guy. He comes from the streets, and he can add that tough guy element to my team. So I'm going to take El Matador Mayorga. He got the best promos in the game, baby. Who can do better at promos than this guy, man?
Durant started the DX, bro. What do you mean, like?
Well, I was gonna pick Durant, but you picked him already. So this guy will
Mayorga's
cut
going to have a field day with Ryan Garcia.
Oh man, he's gonna get some serious heat. You know what I'm saying? So that's my guy right there. And for
Very good.
my trainer, I'm gonna go with who I consider one of the best, if not the best, trainers in the game today, and that's Robert Garcia. Man, I'm taking him. He's gonna be my trainer. He's gonna get my guys ready. He's gonna get him in shape, and he's gonna come up with the master game plans, man. So that's my guy right there.
Very nice. All right, man. So I'm going to read down the teams and see what you guys think about them. We're going to start with you, G-Funk, since you were team one. You got Canelo, Garcia, Andy Ruiz, Jose Ramirez, Emmanuel Navarrete, Regundio, Oscar Valdez, Luis Neri, Chocolatito Gonzalez, Earl Spence, your honorary Mexican there, Mayorga talking shit as a manager, and you got Robert Garcia as your coach. What do you think?
Sounds good to me, man. We're gonna do it Wolfpack style, baby. Ow!
All right. And now D-Style did it for HCP Hollywood. Killer team 2. We got Teofimo Lopez, El Gallo Estrada, Virgil Ortiz, the Bronze Bomber, Berchelt, David Benavidez, Wilfredo Mendez, Shakur Stevenson, Ryan Garcia, Blessed Hands Esterno. And for a manager, we got the legendary Roberto Durand. And for a coach, we have the legendary Nacho Beristain. What do you think, D-Style?
Man, that's Hollywood, baby. That's what it's all about. It's just a little too sweet. You know what I mean? Which is, and when you're HCP Hollywood, you're HCP Hollywood for life, bro. Okay. What's going on to the MD 2020 Bandit? It says, great show, Carnales. Absolutely. Thank you very much for that super chat. All right. And I'm just saying, bro, be it to be, by the way, it says Mayorga was eating pizza and smoking during a weigh-in and drinking beer, bro. That shit's insane, bro. You know what I mean? Like that's what can you even say to that? So that's that.
Mayorga, baby, he's gonna get us over the top with the fans. You know what I'm saying?
Is he though?
We'll see. We're gonna have to leave it up to the fans to take a look. Oh,
Mira, it's all about the Wolfpack. Like another Wolfpack. All right, there you go. He said it. All right. But with that said, guys, Chief Funky.
Anyway, moving on.
Haven't done that in a while, but with that said, man, tell us what he thought about it. Like, give us your humble opinion. You don't have to necessarily say who you think was better, but just what's your humble opinion? Not that a prophet is humble, but just give us your overall thoughts about this draft here, Chicano.
Well, a prophet just tries to tell the truth, unless trying to start like a cult to pick up chicks. So I'm going to try to be honest here. I happen to like both, but if I had to lean one way or the other, I'd have to say that even though Canelo's on G Funky's team, I really like D Styles' roster all around. They're both great, but if I had to lean one way, I would say D Styles' team because of some of the younger talent that he has on like Ortiz, Teofimo Lopez, Ryan Garcia, Shakur Stevenson. I like the youth, and it seems well-rounded to me.
Solid coach, solid manager, everything all around.
Oh yeah.
J Funky.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and open up this cold one here to the Wolfpack, baby. Ow! We taking over.
That's right. That's right. Not really though. All right, guys. Hey, I want to thank you for coming on, Chicano Prophet.
Yep.
All right. Peace out, bro.
Thanks for having me on.
That's right. Well,
Good
there you
stuff,
go, guys. Chicano Prophet just jumped in here, bro. Did his thing. Hey, man. Great show, Chief Funky. Any final thoughts, bro?
I just want to say thank you guys. Salute to the chat. Thank you guys for being here, man, supporting Hispanics Causing Panic. Thanks for all the super chats and everything, man. It helps the channel grow. And make sure you jab the like button if you haven't already. And we'll see you on the next one, man.
That's right, man. This is D-Style Boxing. And what do we say, Chief Funky?
Keep it boxing, baby.
Keep it